Hello everyone, my name is Alberto, welcome back to my channel. So some time ago I had ordered some patterns. This is when I made the denim overall thing. I'll link it here if you haven't seen it. But the reason I did order them and make them is that although I am trained as a pattern maker, I have learned everything in school and actually on the job, like in internships and stuff. So I never really had to use a commercial pattern. And a commercial pattern is different from a handmade or digital one, but that's made specifically for production or actually just sewing, something made to measure. And the difference is that a commercial pattern has to suit a lot of different sizes. So what you have is you have a pattern with all the sizes inside one another, which can be a bit confusing. So I ordered some vintage men's patterns that were based on my size. And since I am a bigger guy, it tends to be difficult to get vintage stuff in bigger sizes for men and women. So I didn't have that big of a choice, but I found this basically a reprint of Mccall'S pattern from around 1940s. We'll take it out. I ordered this on eBay, and this is from the Vintage Pattern Shop. Not sponsored, obviously. I bought it myself. But they added this cute little tag that you can attach on it, and I think it's such a lovely little touch. So this is a reprint. Obviously, the original pattern doesn't exist. They own it, I'm assuming, and they just reprint this, which is kind of nice because they do print on a really sturdy paper, just this one. Paper patterns tend to be sort of thin. They use kind of a tracing paper, so they can be a bit difficult to handle, but this has a nice strong paper, which is very, very nice. So what's in the package is the cover and a little explanation of the fact that they do digitize every pattern. So it is exact line for line, but they sort of cleaned up a little bit. Little drawing. This is obviously 1940s men's pattern, have a very high waist. This is why this fly is so long. Kind of funny now. And then a little sort of more of a flat drawing. This is kind of low resolution because I'm assuming it was the original one. Then you have a little explanation of the different pattern pieces, how to cut them on different types of fabric, and how the fabric is folded, which is pretty nice. And there should be a difference in sizes as well. Some little techniques on how pleats are done, direction of the pleats and stuff. So it's pretty well explained. I'm assuming that all this is original, so that's actually pretty good because I had the other pattern the one I did for the overalls on the other video, actually had some minor instructions. Luckily, I sort of pretty much knew how to do everything already, so I didn't need it. But putting yourself in the spot of someone that does need it, might make it difficult. Then we have some little information, what is a toile and how to do it. We did talk about this already in other videos. How to alter patterns and to make some little adjustments and alterations. That's quite nice and useful. Then you have your personal measurements, so you can put to check and decide if you need to alter something or not. Some standard body measurements and about proportions of the body as well. And this is quite nice. It's a fitting checklist. So basically, it says when you do your toile, which is your tryout of the pattern on the cheaper fabric, you can check all of these things and you have an actual list, and it's pretty nice. Make sure that you don't miss anything. Some imperial metric conversion charts, available fabric widths and zipper lengths. That's pretty nice. Yards to meters. It's all very nice. A little thing for your notes. You have all this stuff where you put the exact measurements of your fabric, types of washing care of your fabric, where, when, and where you purchased it, if you pre-shrunk it or not, even the toile fabric type and cost, garment history, when you started, completed it, pattern costs, garment descriptions, interfacing and lining. Very, very nice. All the trims and bits. This is sort of a simplified version of what you would actually make as a chart for costs. When you would do production, you could place your fabric swatches, pictures, and this is quite cute as well. Little notions of 90s, 40s fashion, and finally the material required, little guide to resizing. The actual pattern, as I said, on this sort of nice, heavier, kind of like packing paper. Not gonna open the whole thing because it doesn't fit on this table. I would have to clear it, and half of this you cannot see, but it's quite cluttered. But you can see, for example, the back pocket, section 1, cut 1 pair, and you have a slash, this little cut for the actual opening of the pocket, and then all the little assembling instructions, which is what we have all on the other sheets as well. Just as a little notion, this is the back, center back. You can tell how crazy long this is. Look at, compared to my hand, normal center back on sort of more modern pants would probably end up about here. This is already long as well. This would be a bit shorter, and this would be shorter as well. So there's that much extra fabric. So it's so high-waisted, and that would mean as well that the leg itself is incredibly long. The thing I'm kind of interested in is this sort of left waistband little tab here. Not 100% sure what that's for, because again, that's something that it's not really done now. And the pocket, so this is a front pocket. You can tell even this, how deep it is, normally would end up here. So you have that much extra fabric sort of everywhere. It's very interesting for me, being used to sort of modern clothing, because I don't really do or have experience in vintage / period dresses or clothing. I do like them. I actually watched a lot of videos about it. There's a lot of, there's such a nice sort of period clothes community on YouTube. Period sewing as well, that's quite nice. But I haven't got a lot of experience. I've only done a Victorian corset a couple of times, but that's it. So this is very, very interesting. All of that is so different from now, because obviously we have such a high production of clothing that everything needs to be cheaper. So all of this stuff used to be very expensive. That's why a pair of pants would last you for years and years, and you would mend them and keep them as best as possible, because there was so much work behind it. So it's pretty great. I'm actually looking forward to making them. I haven't had a lot of time lately, but let me know if you're actually interested, because I would love to actually make them. I would love to know how's your experience with vintage clothing and even vintage patterns, if you have used them or not. Even though I haven't made these yet, I do really, really recommend thevintagepatternshop.com, because it's such a great service. It has a lot of lovely little touches, like their own little tag and all the instructions and stuff. Everything's been made beautifully on, again, this quite strong paper. It's divided in sizes. That's what I was trying to say before that I forgot. So normally here you would have all the lines of the waistband. This is a waistband. All the lines of the waistband of the different sizes. And you do see a little bit of it in my other video. They divide them already. So I forgot to talk about this, which is pretty great, because this is how a pattern I'm used to looks like. without all the other sizes. So that's pretty great. Please leave a like if you would like. Subscribe if you aren't. It's a great help for me. And thank you for watching, or listening, I should say. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Have a great day.